Welcome to Activist Part 7. Before we continue the story, I want you to see a couple of exhibits, literal exhibits from the court. And here's what I want you to think about. How does this become this? How did these clear, good faith actions turn into 9 perjurious lawsuits, and why? Evans asserts Slutikoff is an actor. All of this is pretend from her S fantasies. This is not only incredibly disgusting to say, but it is perjury. Here is something Evans dug up. You could see she wrote, writes about suicide. Now here's what Evans has actually illustrated. I'm a person who writes about all kinds of challenging topics to give people perspective, to help them understand, to help amplify the voices of marginalized communities, to help bring out the voices of the voiceless. I have been in these conversations about challenging topics for 2 decades. More from the court papers. This is where Evans brings up Braden. Braden said that I was like Hitler and accused my followers of being like the Aryan race. A couple lines down, she talks about how she believes I'm like Charles Manson and Jeffrey Dahmer. This is going to be more relevant later, so just remember that you heard that. Here is the denied warrant. This is from one of the 9 cases Diane filed. This is the one where I had to sit and wait for a judge in Georgia to determine if I was going to be arrested. At the end of this day in court, the judge thanked my lawyer for not bringing me out to Georgia to hear hours of unfounded evidence. This is where the Snark group reposted one of the court papers. You can see how they kindly and thoughtfully blocked out my name for privacy. Sarcasm in case it's not clear. Here's another thing that's sarcasm. This is a satire piece that Miss Evans has alluded to here. It was clearly marked as satire. Even if you just read this part that she has highlighted, I think most people with pretty good reading comprehension can understand that. She wrote, Slutikoff is of superior talent. She is making an assertion that I'm allegedly a narcissist. I mean, this is ridiculous. Evans has taken the liberty of annotating my anti-slap. He said he would read it if we came back to court. More on that another time. At the bottom here, you can see that Miss Evans has announced that she had my accounts taken down. I referenced this earlier in the series. This is the email I sent in July of 2022 to SDI Talent, private email sent to a large company that represented these creators. Now, what you can also see from this email is that it was forwarded to her client, Miss Evans. Miss Evans has at the top written, email from Slutikoff. Boy, I wish I could exploit, cause harm and danger. She has used that statement over and over and over. Again, you can pause to read what the email says. The email that is titled welfare check. I mean, I hope you are stretching before taking that reach because you've got to be pulling some muscles. They are definitely weird, but you don't see any red flags. Okay, KB Design Studio. Hey, you are allowed to feel that way. That is your prerogative. For me, I have been an activist for years. I've worked with kids for 28 years. I'm trauma informed. My opinion just on like feelings and whatnot is that there's stuff severely wrong. I also have several people in the deaf community who have said that the words being spoken are of an explicit nature. So for me, those are red flags. Those are beyond red flags. Hey, that's okay. If you don't see it, I mean, you're allowed to not see it. You're trying to see what I'm seeing. I mean, I have several videos